Hey everybody, it's Where in the Weather is Ray. I'm Ray Russell and we are at Center 520, which is a beautiful facility. It's owned by the Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, which is the sponsor of our Mount Pleasant station and webcam in Wilkes County. And today we're going to be in a class with homeschoolers, the Growing in Grace homeschooling group that is sponsored here, and we're looking forward to this, and I'll bring you snips and pieces of that along the way through the presentation. Hope you enjoy. Sunny and warm. How many of you, is that your favorite kind of weather? And being out on a playground and playing? Oh, I think that may win right out the gate, right? As your favorite kind of weather. How about snow and building a snow? Oh, wait a minute. We've got several people with multiple favorite kinds of weather. Rainy weather. We've got nobody likes rainy weather. Well, now that person looks like they're having fun out in the rain. So when you got dressed this morning, how did you decide other than your favorite colors and your favorite clothes, how did you decide whether you were going to wear a sweater or a coat or short sleeves? How'd you decide?
I knew it was going to be really hot today, so I'd rather be cold and then rather than be warm and then hot.
There you go. Our wind gauge is?
An anemometer.
Bingo, that's awesome. So two things are happening here. One is measuring the wind speed. The faster I blow on it, the more wind speed there is. And then this tells me the direction that the wind is coming from. All right, let's start at the top. You see the anemometer up there, and you see that the wind is blowing from this direction. Let's see, let me think about that. That's south pretty much, I'm pretty sure. Maybe southeast, but it's mostly south. And I would guess that's blowing at about 4 or 5 miles an hour. Yeah, you see there's a hole in the bottom? All right. So it's a lot bigger with a much smaller hole, but basically it's a big funnel, right? The rain falls into here. When it comes out the bottom of the funnel, it drips onto this little spot right here. I'm going to press it 2 times, okay? And that would be where the rain falls into this and it fills up. It's called a rain spoon. Does anybody want to guess why these spokes are around the top of the rain gauge?
Something to do with the wind?
What now?
Something to do with the wind?
It's not the wind. Not the wind. What do you think?
If any like leaves fall on it, then it'll get stuck in there.
That is a good guess, and that does help.
Birds?
Did somebody say birds? We don't want birds lighting on this, okay? What would birds do if they light on this edge? They would poop in the rain gauge and stop it up. All right? So there's the wind. There's the rain. Where do you think the temperature is? The thermometer. It's inside this. Now, I'm not going to take this apart. The louvers allow the rain to fall on the outside, but it allows air to pass through, and it's open in the middle of this little compartment. This is solar powered with a little battery backup. The rain gauge and the temperature gauge and the wind gauge all plug into here, get the data from that. This little unit right here sends it in a wireless signal through the air that gets picked up by a console that's on the inside. I was a pretty good guess. I said that the wind speed was probably about 4, 5, 6 miles an hour. And you see that's the wind speed in the middle. The outdoor temperature is 66 degrees right there. This console is connected to the Wi-Fi here in this building. Every 5 minutes, it sends it to a website called WeatherLink. And then Rays Weather every 5 to 10 minutes goes out to the WeatherLink site and grabs the data that just came in. All right, everybody, we had a great time with the kids from Growing in Grace homeschoolers here at Mount Pleasant. And we had a great time with that, but it's time for the forecast now. And so here we go. We are warm and dry at least for a few hours. So we're filming this on Thursday afternoon, but Friday it stays warm. But Friday night, we get a front that blows through from the north. We'll have showers, maybe a thunder shower later on Friday and Friday evening. That'll get out of the way, and then it'll turn off quite a bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll go through the process of slowly but surely warming up again next week. The only rain of significance that I see at all is that little bit of time late Friday into Friday evening. We're in a dry and relatively warm pattern, but we do have a little hiccup coming for Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you next week on Where in the Weather is Ray.